All right, here we go. Finally, I let that slideshow go long enough, I think. All right, here we go. And I can hear myself now, so that works. Cool. I knew it was going to work. I was just testing myself. All right. Here we are, ladies and gentlemen, with another Thursday night WelpSimulations stream. We're back in American Truck Simulator. It's been a little while. We've been doing Euro Truck a few times recently because of Iberia's release. And we've been doing some of the bus since it released as well, and SnowRunner more recently, and it's time to rotate back into this guy. So nothing new really recently. Of course, Colorado's the last DLC that came out, but we got a couple in the pipeline I was going to chat about a little bit tonight, since the states have been announced. They were announced quite a while ago, and I'll be honest up front. I did not do any research prior to this stream, so it's gonna be super casual, and I'm just gonna kind of chat about it and express my excitement and thoughts about it. So, yeah, it's what we're doing. So I'm actually already in a truck and trailer combo that I thought about today. I haven't driven this guy in a while. The Volvo VNL 780. Um, This one's quite old now. I think that the new one came out in, maybe was it just 2018 or was it newer than that? There is a new generation. This is the last generation VNL, um, and hopefully the new one is coming eventually. We'll have to see. But SCS has been doing an amazing job with working with manufacturers to release new trucks, like the new Renault Range T Evolution that has released in Eurotrack. Like they've been making some good relationships with these truck manufacturers. It's pretty exciting. But anyway, if you haven't noticed yet, the reason I wanted to drive this truck mainly is because of this. I'm wearing my American Truck Simulator Utah shirt tonight, which features the Volvo VNL. With I don't know if that's a reefer trailer or not, but it's a reefer or a drive-in, but we're driving with the reefer tonight, so we'll have more cargo choices. We're sitting up in Denver right now, and probably gonna head towards Utah. I realize that's a route I take very often, but I absolutely love Route 70, and I hope someday I can drive in real life. I want to drive through the Rockies, because it's absolutely gorgeous. Just not in the wintertime. I have no desire to do that in the wintertime. um, but yeah. So without further ado, let's see if we can find ourselves a job that's heading out that way. Oh, and by the way, we've got some nice mods set up tonight. Of course, Creechbomb's latest sound pack for the game, which is, I think, from February. So it's been out for a while, and I'm sure I've used it many a time on the streams here. But we're going to be using the D13 Volvo engine tonight, of course, because we're driving a Volvo. In the interior here, of course, I got my mirror field of view mod going. And of course, we got the beautiful version 140 lighting. I got a CB radio in here because we're using Cecil's Mega Accessories pack. Let's get the windows down and crank this up. It's like one of my favorite things to do at the start of these streams and this game in general. Oh, beautiful. Excellent. Yep, sounds like a Volvo. um, let's see what we can get in terms of a job here. Adjusting my sound on my end so it's not obnoxiously loud. Let's see. Definitely want to go west. We can't really go much further east anyway. Don't want to go south to New Mexico. I want to go west to Utah, like Ogden. What else we got? Arizona. Yeah, it's going south. Maybe we could go up to Idaho, and that takes us right through Utah. I feel like I've done that drive recently, too. Let's see. You got anything to... Well, lots in New Mexico. Might have to do the packaging. Go into Ogden. That'll drive us right through through Utah. Surprised there's nothing going to like Salina. That's really direct. All right, let's do this. Let's do this for now and see where the night takes us. Of course, I got the camera set up. I really just wanted to show off my t-shirt, so that's why I got this angle going. And you guys get a good view of the shifter. You can see the modes I got to go through to get through those 13 gears. Be skipping some along the way. Probably start in 2. That should be good for an empty. All right, got our brakes released. Got our little dinky city horn. We got a nice air horn. It's pretty good. All right. But I just learned recently that it's actually a thing that's required on trucks in North America, at least, compared to like Europe. Trucks are required to have both a city horn and an air horn. Well, certain class trucks, I guess, so like basically tractor trailers. At least that's what I've read in the forums from a truck driver who plays these games. I'm not sure if it's how similar it is in Europe, if you need to have an air horn there, but I think the reasoning is that, you know, in the city you're supposed to just use your little dinky city horn. So don't like you know, give the passersby on the sidewalk a heart attack. Making nice shifts for the start. That's nice. Get that closed up. It's gonna get loud. Wants us to go south on 25? Where are we going? Are we picking up in Colorado Springs? Might be picking up in Colorado Springs. Or maybe it's actually there's a grocery store, I think, that's on the south side of Denver. That might be where it's taking us. Wow, I have not spent much time yet in, here's the engine brake for you. Not spent much time yet in, version 1.40 for American Truck. I've done a little bit in VR, because that's usually what I do when I'm playing a single player. I always forget how stunning it looks now. Like, the lighting it's there, right? And again, headlights on. They are not blinding me on the ground because the sun is much brighter. Oh, sorry, buddy. Oh man, we got a double advertisement. Oh man, if I go to both of those, oh, they're the same link. Oh man, yeah, I'll do that right after the stream. I'll go to Big Follows. No, I won't. I'll take care of that in a few minutes here. Well, yeah. I got the nice tire sound in the background there, nice and quiet. I can hear nothing but wind, though. Oh, that wind's loud. Wow, this is really practically Colorado Springs that we're heading towards. nice air brake sounds. I got the brake threshold a little insensitive, so I can hear it bouncing a little bit. I wonder if I can adjust that real quick. See, how bad is it? Yeah, see, that's too much. The problem is there's too much dead zone. I can't have that much. But if I don't have enough, then it just starts braking while I'm not driving. My wheel's pretty old, so. The traffic lights look a lot more realistic in like terms of lighting. I like the fade between the different colors. The transitions. They've done a good job. Oh, still can't get that. I wonder if they changed the way that the unsynchronized transmission works lately, because I cannot get it to click into gear when I'm coming to a stop like I was able to in the past. You gotta wait for the truck to completely stop. But I'm good in the upshifts. And downshifts is if I'm still rolling. But if I pop it into neutral, it's real hard to get it back into gear if you're coming to a stop. Usually what they tell you to do is, instead of waiting until you're completely stopped, to get into your starting gear while you're coming to a stop, because while the transmission's slowly rolling, it's easier to get the transmission to engage, I guess, with the input shaft with the gear while it's moving slowly versus when it's completely stopped. So I'm not a mechanic. I forget what exactly I read. Oh, you know what? They want me to load here? Oh, that's awkward. I'm gonna actually... I'm used to loading, like, over on the left. Alright. We're gonna go around here and turn around. It'd be a lot easier than trying to back up there. Just doesn't make sense. Loving these engine sounds so far. I haven't used them recently. I think they've just been recently redone, kind of repolished. Creechbaum did this for, I guess, the latest version 140, but I think he had new samples to work with as well. They're based off of a European Volvo, but they're very similar. Alright. So we're here. There's your nice light transition there. Got our Wabash trailer. Very nice. Oh, you know what? They probably put us over here because that's where like all the recycling is. The side of this depot. So, okay, let's go ahead and get reloaded. We're going to resync the time then, because this is going to end up advancing it. And I'm weird. Let's see if I can just set the time back to where it is now. There it goes. So that we're not driving into the dark too soon yet. Look at that. Another truck's passing by through the parking lot. Look at that Cascadia. That's so cool. I forgot they added that truck recently, too. Very nice. Okay, while we're sitting here, let me go take care of a situation in chat real quick before we get rolling. Let's see, I gotta do, yeah, this thingy, and then I gotta do, what now? Right click. They gone now? Can I not do it? Oh no, I can. And how many times did they message us? 3 times? They spammed us big time. Oh, they're gone now. Alright. Where were we? Ah, beautiful. Okay, let's check out our route. Pretty typical, 70 going all the way over to our cut up 191 to through Price. Then we'll continue. You know what? Maybe I should just like, that's kind of going out of the way, isn't it? Doing the whole drive of 70. You know, that really, yeah, it doesn't really make sense. So we'll just do this route up to Salt Lake. I want to visit Salt Lake at some point. Alright, we're rolling with our used packaging. All 17 tons of it. So I hope everyone's Thursday has gone well, and I am so looking forward to Friday, per usual. We'll have some fun gaming this weekend, of course. And I'll have to check and see what has changed in the modding community over the past week. They made it. I really can't get into gear unless I stop now. So I'm just not doing it at a high enough speed. Let's see. Unless we're next here. Yeah, we're next. Shoot. Oh man, that's not good. I'm gonna have to get used to that. I missed my light. Yeah, they really changed it. Yeah, I can't get it to fall into gear now while it's rolling. I don't know what's changed there. I'll have to look it up. Someone slipped in some new code. Hampton Avenue. I gotta Google Maps that and see where that is. Oh, I almost went for it. The light fooled me. Stop at Waffletopia, get some waffles. Sounds delicious. Let's see. Nope. Won't go in until I stop now. Dang. That's alright, I don't need first gear. I can just grind right through it. Up, it's gonna get loud. Whoop, got excited on that one. So I know I mentioned on our Discord, I was going to chat about upcoming things for this game, upcoming DLCs, and like I mentioned earlier, I haven't had the time or taken the time to see what the most recent developments are on those, but I know what they are, because they've been announced. I think they were announced around the holiday season. And that is Wyoming and Texas are the next two states to come to American Truck Simulator. Of course, Wyoming is going to be first. I mean, first of all, Texas is enormous. And I don't know how far along they are in it, of course. But we haven't really seen any blog posts about it yet. where we have seen a lot for Wyoming. I mean, they just posted most recently on Tuesday. They do something like once a week for Wyoming. So it has me thinking that that's going to be coming sooner than later. The most recent blog post is talking about... Alright, hang on, I gotta see where I'm going here. I'm turning here. The most recent blog post is talking about this huge coal mine industry in Wyoming. Apparently, I learned a lot from that blog post in the economy in Wyoming, actually. Apparently, Wyoming is huge for coal export. I think I read it's like 40-some% of, or is it more than that, of the nation's coal supply. And there's like 1 trillion tons of coal that has been left yet to uncover, which is just mind-boggling. And it's funny because I remember reading about how Wyoming's mad at Colorado for wanting to cut our coal plants because Wyoming has been providing Colorado with said coal. But yeah, that, and I forget the name of the mine. If you give me a hot sec, I'll look up the name. It's on the blog post. It's going to be featured in American Truck. It's like the largest mine of the state, I think. And it's going to be nearly full scale. I think they said nearly 1-to-1, which is interesting. I don't know what exactly that means. Does that mean, like, they made it slightly smaller than 1-to-1, or they cut out some areas? We're gonna get some factoids going here while I'm texting and driving. Don't do this in real life. It's never a good idea. I never text and drive. The only time I text and drive is if I'm using hands-free, Android Auto, reply verbally. I can do that hands-free, but usually I just save the messages until I stop somewhere. Yeah, that was right. I was right. So it's 40% of the country's coal, 1.4 trillion tons that has yet to be mined. So the Black Thunder thermal coal mine, located in Campbell County, Wyoming, is going to be featured in that DLC. So I'm pretty excited about that. From the screenshots that I've seen on that blog post, it looks super, super detailed. It's going to be awesome. And this is absolutely gorgeous. I love this drive. That's why I keep doing it. Interstate 70. I don't think I've done this on 140 yet, so I haven't done this with the new lighting. And looking at this in the evening, getting to golden light hours, it's looking real pretty. But that being said, and how pretty it is here, makes me look forward to Wyoming, because it's also a very mountainous region. And I'm looking forward to seeing the details in that state. Yeah, I know the engine's probably really droney right now, because we're just pulling full throttle, just full send. Just gonna send it. We're about to the top now, though. It's gonna quiet down quite a bit. Especially because the speed limit is decreasing here. Alright, lights on for the tunnel. You know, the one thing I noticed with the AI in this new version, I'm pretty sure this only happened with the new version. They're not putting their headlights on while they're in the tunnel. Which I would expect them to. Not everyone. I mean, in reality, people just ignore that. But generally, people are good about it, I think. Maybe it's because of the lighting change they couldn't get that working in this version. We have to wait for 141. Right, I'm actually gonna, let's see, what do we want to set up here for our, speed limit's gonna be 35, what do we want our gearing to be? I think 6 high. 6 high will do. See, here's the problem though, I'm still running into it, these brakes are always too strong. I cannot, with a fully loaded truck I should be able to ride first stage brakes, jakes down the hill. There, it's kind of holding now, it's not going too slow. The grades are just not, either it's that the grades aren't really depicted very well, you know, they're not very accurate, or it's that the weight of the trucks are just, it's just not really correct. And we're starting to go faster now. Let's put the second stage on. So now we're going to bounce between first and second stages. Absolutely gorgeous. Look at this. Yeah, but what I was saying earlier, or it was probably hard to hear because our engine was just really labored. Wyoming's going to be really gorgeous, I think. And it's going to be another big state. Like a lot of land to cover. So I'm interested to drive through those, through the coal mine there and see what kind of industries that state will bring too. Yeah, as far as Texas is concerned, I think it was really just mainly announced. I think they had one blog post, and I don't know if that was the official announcement of it being worked on and being added to the Steam, the Steam store, or if there's been more than one post. There haven't been many though. If there's been more than one. I can't even use the jakes. I'm just like coasting. This is annoying. I need like half a jake stage. Only on one cylinder. Out of the 6. I think the stages, I think they're the number of cylinders that are being compressed. Or using the engine brake compression. So like stage 1 is 2 out of 6 cylinders. Stage 2 is 4 out of 6, and then of course the last stage is all the cylinders are working against your momentum. But yeah, as far as what I've seen from Texas so far, they've taken some screenshots, I think, and they've showcased some of those. I'm sure it's still in early stages, but that's going to be absolutely massive. That's going to be such a big DLC. I wouldn't be surprised if they charged more for it. I think they've been doing a flat rate, though, for all the states. Like I've said many a time in the past, they're probably going to have to start combining them as the states shrink. I mean, we're not there yet, right? I mean, the states are still pretty darn big in like in the Midwest. But for like when we get to the East Coast, especially the Northeast, that's gonna be like, they're gonna have to do like 2 or 3 states at a time, because that's gonna be the equivalent of a single state out in the western region. So it also makes me wonder, you know, with the team growing, if the pace is going to increase. I mean, it certainly seems like it is, right? Because we have the 2 states at once being worked on and announced, and at the point of being on the Steam store. And Euro Truck, there's 2 regions. Well, there were 2. I mean, Iberia's out now. But they were working clearly on that for a while, and they already have announced and put on the Steam store the Heart of Russia. expansion, which seems like that's also going to be a pretty chunky sized extension of the map for Euro Truck. So seems like they've got an increased velocity for sure. I mean, it seemed like they're an ever-growing team, which is great. And of course, all the while they're working on improving base game content that we've already paid for and don't have to pay for again, which is nice. Look at the lighting in here. Look at the tunnel lighting. I never appreciated that. Was it always like this? Sorry, that just looks super realistic. I never realized that before. That took me back to like when we would drive through the tunnels in Pennsylvania to go see our grandparents when I was growing up. Just the lighting in there, how it was very orangish. That was cool. Now it looks like we're going a little too fast here. Look at these people all obeying the speed limit except for that white car there. Gonna get pulled over for doing 1 mile an hour over. Yeah, I meant to pull in the spring mod by Grimes, because I did that for Euro Truck already, but I have not done that yet for American Truck. It was just recently updated for both games. That mod, anyway, has been updated for both games very recently for version 1.40. And it looks amazing in Euro Truck. I wish I would have done it for this game, because I like running the game in the same season we're in real life. So I like to follow the seasons. And Grimes has made one basically for every season. There's even one for summer, which is what the base game already is in. But the mod enhances like the vegetation, and that's mainly it, I think. I don't think it ever really messed with the lighting that much, but it messes with like the environment, like the day and night cycle. So it's accurate to like the current period or a time of year. So I like using those. But right now we're running in summertime, as you can see with the temperature. It also changes the temperature on the dash, which is really just a number that you see. It's arbitrary. It doesn't really affect like the physics of the world. But our temperature is 86 Fahrenheit. That's definitely summertime in Colorado. Right now the trucks are going to be speeding up here. Let's see if we can get around this guy or if we're kind of stuck. He's probably going to be speeding up about the same rate we are because I only have a 475 horsepower engine. Very common in a fleet truck. Which is kind of what I was going for this. This is an over-the-road truck, like highway, standard going rate haulage. Nothing geared towards heavy cargo or specialized cargo. This is like your, you know, trucks that you just see every day on the highway kind of truck. But yeah, I'm now just kind of fully seeing how pretty this American truck is with the new lighting. I think I scared that guy coming over into his lane. He was going the same speed as me, of course. You know how that goes. You're stuck behind a truck that started passing another truck, but then the other truck either sped up or the truck in the left lane, you know, slowed down, and they're going the same speed because they're governed, and you're getting really ticked at them. Yeah, that happens. I gotta brake up here. This curve here is a little not one that you would want to go full speed on. Yeah, one of the newer Volvos just drove by. I do have those. They are, I do have that mod activated, which includes the traffic. The AI will drive those newer Volvos too, which is pretty cool. But we're in the last gen right now. Yeah, where was I? I think I was talking about how ATS is still working on base map and core content, right? That users don't have to pay for. They're doing that at the same time while expanding the game with new map DLCs. It's been really cool that they've also been providing all the trucks as part of the base game content. They haven't made DLCs out of the trucks themselves. It's just been map expansions. I guess they've been making some bank on the DLCs, the map DLCs, because I mean they do a great job. You know, the expansions really extend the playability of the game, which is fantastic. Please don't pull out in front of me. Oh, don't pull out in front of me. Oh, come on, dude. Yeah, there it is. That's one thing I wish they would work on in the base map. Alright, where's my gear? There it is. Now I'm a sitting duck. And there's the guy I passed. Sorry, buddy, it's not my fault. Let's wind out this Volvo engine. It sounds awesome. Beautiful. Ugh, it's so annoying. The AI are still so bad at merging. Unfortunately, I think they've tried to address that in like the Iberia DLC. The problem with the way it works in that is that the main traffic starts getting interrupted because they start slowing down. The traffic that's in like the lane I'm in right now, you know, coming up to someone merging on the highway. They'll slow down and interfere with the travel lane. This is our exit anyway. No, not yet. Oh, not yet. That's right. We got to go all the way clear into Utah. What am I thinking? Oh, look at that. Look at that guy go. Watch, we're going to have to stop for this scale now, though. Burning all this fuel. Let's see. What are they going to do? Pull us in? No. All right. Thank you. Get around this stupid cement truck. I guess I could have gone. I started going into the left lane, and I was like, you know what? I'm going too slow for this now. See, now I would get over if I could to let this guy merge in, but the problem is they just prefer to come to a stop instead of like getting up to speed. Now that ramp back there, that was really short, you know, and I don't blame the AI for stopping for those, but for like the really long merge lanes that they give us now for like the Iberia DLC and some of the newer areas of the map, the AI will travel to the very end and then merge. I think what would really help though is if they made the AI just a little smarter to the point that they will get into the left lane if there's someone that is merging onto the highway. If they could move to the left lane, that would clear a lot of problems. You know what? I can see why if no one did that in real life, you know, how that could be a problem in real life too. Because it's usually the answer to the problem, right, is that everyone that's in the right lane will start moving over for someone merging, if it's clear, of course. So that needs to be programmed in too. But that just makes the flow so much better, and it's so much more natural. I'm gonna be stuck behind this school bus. I'm not going quite fast enough to be able to pass it, especially now that our exit's coming up here. And we're gonna back it down just a little so we're not riding the butt of the school bus up there. But look at this lighting. I just, oh, it's so much better. That's another thing too that the AI do that drive me nuts is braking. Particularly if they're, I thought he was gonna get off the highway there because of the way he braked, the bus braked. But when they brake before they get into the exit, you know, exit lane, like that's the whole point of the exit lane, is that's where you start braking. Oh, this isn't my exit yet. Oh, oops. Alright. I'm not being efficient with my fuel today at all. Just wanted to rev out this engine again. Oh, it sounds so good. Like, I could rev it even more. Redline's not until 2200, but the torque just drops off. Once you get past 1600, I think the sweet spot for shifting, especially as you're up in the higher range, if you're looking for power, is around 1800. Really, that's true for most of the gears. So usually as I get up in this range, in this speed, yeah, that's around where I'll shift. 1600. That's funny. I thought that was our exit back there. I just saw the sign. I was like, oh, next exit. Didn't even think to look at the GPS. You know what? I don't have the navigation on. Maybe I should turn that on. So it'll just tell me when to exit. We gotta make mistakes at least once per simulation Thursday, so we've met our quota. I guess there's no one coming? I don't like these merge points there where there's no merge lane. The price area here up here in Utah drives me nuts. There's not even a sign for the people coming onto the main road. I wish there was a yield sign. Anyway. It's been like that for years now. When did Utah come out? Was that like 2019? I think it was spring of 2019. Spring or summer. Oop. Never too late to adjust things, though. Oh, we're gonna go around this guy. I can feel it. Come on, truck. I think we've got more juice than he does. Than they do. Could be a female trucker. Couldn't tell. I'm going too fast. Didn't have time to wave. Station wagon gonna pass? Nope. Chickened out. Man, if this were real life, there'd probably be 3 or 4 cars buzzing by as the lane's ending, and I'd have to hit the shoulder to let them pass. I've gotten caught in that situation as a car, unfortunately, one time. I felt so bad. I was going through the Pennsylvania mountains on on Route 15, actually, for anyone who's familiar. Just really hilly, 2-lane state highway, and there's this section of it's near, was it Williamsport, I think? there's a section that opens up, you know, it's a mountain pass, so what they do is they give you 2 lanes on one side that's going up the mountain, 1 lane going the other way, going down, because, well, they figure that people don't want to go around trucks going downhill even if they're slowing down so that, you know, they don't lose control. Anyway, going uphill, I guess they figure trucks are going slower in general, so they give more lanes on that side. So there was a whole line of us, like probably 6, 7, 8 cars. And of course, there was like a pickup truck with a trailer in front of me, but of course, it had enough power. It was going to go around. Going up this hill, you know, we're getting towards the top, and it's like the people are just dogging it. They're going just slightly slower than this truck, and it's like, come on, you know, the gas is on the right. Come on, let's just pass this truck, please. Let's see how this AI is going to do. Are they going to stop? Yeah, see, here's the merge point right there without a yield sign. Drives me nuts. Anyway, so we're going up this hill, we're near the top, right? And I'm like the last of like these 8 cars in this line. I know when we get towards the top, you know, at the top at some point, the lanes are going to switch, right? Where there's 2 lanes going up, it's going to go down to 1 lane going down, so that, you know, if when you're going down, coming up the other way is going to be the 2 lanes then. So it transitions at the top of the mountain. Anyway, I thought I had more time to get around this truck, and I was kind of stuck too because there were like cars behind the truck in the other lane, and it's like I'm already committed, I gotta go. So we're like towards the top there. I'm like just about to start passing, and I see the end of my lane. I'm like, oh shit. So I just gun it, and luckily the car in front had realized it too, so they started speeding up. I started speeding up. We were probably going a little over the speed limit at this point, just a little. And I I got in front of that truck just in time to where the lane ended, like not clipping bumper close, but like I'm sure I made that truck driver shake his head as I was driving by, and I was like, oh, I know, I scuffed that one big time. So so yeah, that was my fun story for the evening. But like, there wasn't like really any, there wasn't much warning that lane was ending just yet. Like it was one of those things where it's like you just kind of have to assume, oh, at the top of the mountain, my lane's gonna end, and they gave you like a 200 feet warning, which was not nearly enough when the signs on the right side of the road, especially, are being blocked by the truck that you're trying to pass. You can't, there's no road markings. The lane just, it had the arrow like we just passed over right there, but it only had like 1 or 2 of those at the last second. And so I couldn't see the signs, and I had like a last minute marking on the road. And then the lane just was like, boop, we're merging. Okay. Now I think they did foresee this being a problem, so they made the lanes merge very, very slowly. Like for a while, it was just 1.5 lanes with no line in the middle, and it's just like, oh, no man's land here. Every man for himself. And that's something else I've talked about before. Like, I hate how New Jersey doesn't really have any markings. It's so weird how like every state can be different. It's not something that's you know, like a federal mandate of how you do the road markings in your state, so just kind of, it varies. So alright, I'm going to take the cruise off here actually, because we're going way down in the speed limit. You're going to pull out in front of me. Okay, you're turning the other way. Fine. So this is already is it not Ogden, but what is this? Provo? I think that's south of Salt Lake. LA came up on us very quickly. Let's get a nice look at the outside of the truck while we're sitting here. Oh, look at that. I got Goodyear's on the front, Michelin's in the back. Impure. Maybe we'll change that. We're gonna go here already. comes another older Volvo too. Nice. And I remember when I still saw generations before this generation of Volvo on the highways. Those are really rare these days, at least in the U.S. I have not seen them. Wonder if that makes you wonder about Volvo and their reliability. But yeah, they made me feel old. Because these trucks are now considered old. I mean, this generation started back in like, what, 06, 07? Maybe earlier than that. It seems like truck generations definitely last longer than car generations. Usually the generations of cars are like 5-6 years. Trucks is like twice that. Right, because the Cascadia, the current generation, started in 2018, I think 2000, it was either 2007 or 2009. It was the first generation Cascadia, because they're on generation 2 now, I think. Replaced the Columbia, I think, is what it replaced. Columbia or the Century? They both kind of phased out around the same time. I'm not sure. But that was then like, what, 9, 10, 11 years for the first generation Cascadia. I gotta look up to see what generation the VN Volvo series, how long that lasted for this generation that we're driving. No, we're not gonna turn yet. We're passing through. I'll get over then. We're passing right on through Salt Lake. Go around the slower truck up here. Must be a heavy bulldozer. I don't know if you really need that many axles for that. Really, you need a Jeep for that? Maybe. Seems kind of excessive. So you gotta pay for those extra axles. Your permits or whatever you gotta carry around. Yeah, we got just a bit a ways north, so we get to Ogden, just north of Salt Lake here that we're passing right on through. There's the skyline right there. Look at that. The lighting in this new update, I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. So pretty. Game really wants me to go into the next lane, but I don't think I'm exiting yet. Oh, I might be. I might be, actually. Yeah, let's get over. Yeah, I think this is it. Alright, we get to skip the scales. Exit came up on us very quickly there. This GPS doesn't really give us much forecast. practice windows again, hear the truck. Love how they added that. Seems kind of silly when you can't really feel the wind or anything, but the dynamics of the audio makes it all worth it. One of these days we'll get simulation with the other senses too, like you'll get like, what do they call it? Smell-o-vision. Get some smells of like diesel exhaust and get wind blown in your face. Wonder if that would ever come back, smell-o-vision. I knew that, wasn't that a thing in like the 1930s or something like that? Maybe not that early. Oh, look at this turn. This is going to be a fun one right here. Oh boy. Alright, hopefully there's... Oh, we get an extra lane here, that's alright. Oh boy, I think we made it. Might have actually still kissed the curb there a little bit. Well, we didn't rip the wheels off the trailer, didn't hear any horrible scratching noises, so I think we made it. You know, like, as they say in the aviation industry, any landing you walk away from is a good landing. I think that's only true to some extent. Alright, now that's interesting. I thought normally it wanted me to turn, the GPS has always wanted me to turn left down that weird horseshoe-shaped road and then left again. And this time it wanted me to go straight that way. This is weird. Cannot get into gear unless I stop. Now I gotta look that up and see if they changed that at all. Cause if they did, I don't know if that was mentioned in the patch notes at all. I'm pretty sure it's like an experimental feature. Because you can only enable it in the console, the synchronized transmission, disabling it. And by default in the game, transmissions they're all synchronized, so you know you can change gears at any time as long as you got your foot in the clutch. But in reality, these Eaton transmissions are unsynchronized, meaning at all times whatever gear you select has to align with the transmission speed and the speed of the truck. So wish they, they're trying to simulate it. It's not perfect, but it seems like they might have made some adjustments. Alright, so we're pulling into the, I guess the Walbert. I don't know why they want used packaging. Maybe it's a recycling center where they take all their recycling and give it to the recycling center. I don't know. Why do they want used packaging unless they reuse it? Oh well. They want it. I'll deliver it. That's what they told me to do, so I'm doing it. Huge industry section back here. Alright, what do we got here. Putting our windows down so we can hear it if anyone screams at us for backing into their truck. That's weird. My hazards just stopped working. Alright, let's see if we can do this one shot here. I'm going to actually turn off the reverse beeper because that's probably not going to be found on a over-the-road truck that's not doing specialty jobs or construction jobs. It should be under gameplay, right? No, it should be under audio. Alright, we're also going to enable this.
Okay, here we go. You have arrived at your destination.
There it is, the sound fixes version that doesn't sound like someone's sitting in the seat next to you. Alright, there we go. Sound fixes pack on the Steam Workshop. I cannot turn my head around with track IR. Let's fix that. So let's start using our mouse now. There we go. Oh yeah, look at that. I can stick our head out the window now. That's one fun thing I can do in VR. Come on, one shot. I might have to correct this one. Cutting in too soon. Maybe not. You're a little wide on the driver's side. How bad is it? No, I can still get in the trailer. Alright. Well, you're gonna have it this way. There it is. Whoa! Okay. Kick my truck back out. That was funny. It's kicking my truck back out. I gotta take a look-sees at this. Who's kicking my truck back at me? Guess they don't want me to do that, do they? That's funny. Guess I'm hitting it just right. Fine, you don't want to use packaging? I'll just turn it right back around and drive back to Colorado. I just took the trailer off. I mean it. I'm leaving. No, I hit the wrong button. I'm gonna pull ahead. Back up under it. Alright. Now let's hit the right button. Alright, let's see if we can get something from here. Should be able to at the distribution center. Oh yeah, there we go. Up towards Idaho. Let's see, what else do we got that's going that way? Ooh, that's a nice stretch of highway there to Ontario. That's pretty good. We might do that one. Let's do that one. TV's to Ontario. No, we're using a refrigerated trailer. We haven't been hauling anything refrigerated yet. That's okay. That's why I picked this trailer. I mean, so that we have the option of doing refrigerated goods. Cargo's ready to be loaded. Oh, I was wishing it'd be the same spot. That would have been nice. It wants to go over there. Fine. I'm gonna try to just line this one up and back straight. It's always nicer when I can do that. Oh yeah, look at that. For a little toot. Is there mirrors on this one? Because we don't have to blindside anything. No blind backing here. Nope, that might have been too much of a turn. That was way too much of a turn. Oops. There we go. There we go. We got it. We got it. Oh yeah, look at this alignment. Look at this professional backing here. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. We got it. Good. I guess we're up against it. Oh yeah, the trailer's doing a little dance. That means it's ready. Look at that. You know when it's rocking, it means business. And they're really violently loading this thing. Alright, so now we're at 712. Alright, we'll keep it there. Keep it there, driving into the evening a bit more here. So I'll turn my lights on. It's getting a little dark-ish. Oh yeah. It's a nice clean look. Alright. So now this is taking us up 84, right? Oh yeah, it's a nice drive. This will be a nice one too. Oh, we're stuck. What's going on here? Uh-oh. What happened? I think we're stuck. Oh. The door ate our trailer. Maybe I can reattach to it? Maybe that'll help. Let's try that, I guess. I don't know what's going on here, actually. Did they change something about the... Maybe it's the trailer. I think it's a modded trailer, so... Try to knock it loose, maybe. Oh man, we're really stuck here. Burning out the clutch. Oh, that's annoying. Oh, got it. That was weird. Not had that happen before. Sorry, truck clutch. I'm sure you're dead now. I can smell the smoke clear through the computer monitor. I still can't get it to fall into gear while coming to a stop. Used to be able to do that all the time. No, still no good. Huh. I'll have to look into that. Now it wants us to do the double right-hand turn. Well, if we do that, we can turn right on red. Which isn't going to help us now because there's this huge line of cars turning left in front of us. It bought us no time at all. Alright. Alright, this turn is pretty annoying because there's no dedicated left arrow or turn lane. So you always have to wait for the traffic to clear. And then by the time I gotta wait for the light to change red. Okay, stopping. You're just stopping. See, I guess their light changed. So now I'm blocking this road. Well, there's no one there anyway, so. It's a sharp turn. They've been using that skin, West Coast Tours, since the beginning of the game. We're a little further from the West Coast at this point. I guess that company's expanding east like the DLCs are expanding east.
Keep left, and then turn left. Turn left.
Oh, still can't get it to sink in. Maybe I need to do it at the right time. I can't just let it fall in eventually. Might be able to do that. Might be able to time that. And if I hear the scratching, wait and try again. That might be the trick. I don't know, because if I'm upshifting and I shift too early, that doesn't matter. Wow.
and then exit right.
2 for 2 tonight on the skipping. I'll take it.
Exit right.
The way station gods are in our favor tonight.
Finding a new route.
Yeah, the GPS wasn't happy about that. Alright. On from Utah into Idaho. Get the cruise I-84 the whole way. We'll be passing through Boise. Mainly. I don't know if there's anything else that's directly on 84. But this is a nice stretch of highway. It's been a minute since I've been on this one too. But man, I am so looking forward to Wyoming. It's funny because it's almost even more so than Colorado. We'll get more of I-80. I do wonder, like, what the highway system is going to look like. Look at that. Look at that lighting. Crazy. Got trucks passing me. Man, look at him. He's hauling. Oh, that new Cascadia looks so good. Oh, it looks so good. I'm stuck doing 65 because of external contracts. The speed limit's 80. Must be an owner op. There's no way that's a company truck going that fast. Or a fleet truck. Maybe it's a small company truck. Welcome to Idaho. Alright. Saw he was exiting now. He slowed way the heck down there. Such a gorgeous truck. Love it. But you gotta switch it up once in a while. Alright, alright. I had to get over for that guy. You guys are all gonna go around. Oh, he's being nice. This would not be happening in real life. Everyone would be zooming around me. Not giving me a chance to get over. So yeah, I really hope that they at some point take another serious revisit of the AI, because they did look at that just a few years ago and they did make it better. But either it fell back to being worse again, or our expectations have been raised. Because they're driving us nuts again. Look at that, 3 for 3. How about that? All right, I'll take it. Looks like we're gonna, slow down here. We're merging onto, we're continuing on 84. That's where 84 and 86 split, I guess. Make it over before anyone has any wise ideas. Now, let's see how the AI how they handle the merging up here. Actually, there's no traffic, so it worked out. Oh, now oh, come on, buddy. If you would get over. If we had a more merge lane, that would help, first of all. Second of all, if you would get over, it would make both of our lives easier. Guess we're heading west again, into the sun. Slip in right here. That caught me off guard. Ugh. I'm tired. Gonna fall asleep at the wheel. It's been a busy-ish week. A little fatigued. But also, a couple days ago, I got my second dose of the Pfizer vaccine, so I've been feeling great today actually, but yesterday it knocked me on my butt a little bit. Um, I just mostly had a headache, and I was a little achy, like muscle achy. But overnight, Tuesday into Wednesday, I was definitely feeling. I must have had a fever. I was like really. I woke up like violently shivering. Uh, so I was very cold. And you know that feeling when you know that you're getting really warm, like under the blankets that you're wearing or have on you, and it just feels really good. Like that's how I know I have a fever, when it's like normally under those circumstances I'd be sweating. I'd be like, I'd get this thing off me, but I was like embracing the warmth. I was like, yes, please. So I definitely had a fever. I never took a measurement to see how bad it was, but by the time I woke up in the morning, it was gone. But then that was replaced with said headache and some achiness. So I was pretty fatigued throughout the day. I was thinking about taking the day off, but I didn't feel bad enough, I guess, to feel like I should do that, and I needed to get some stuff done, I felt, for work, so I was just like, you know what, I'll just do that. Here we go again with the merging. Oi, oi, oi. Yes, let's stop on the highway. What a great freaking idea, man. Excellent. Yes, everyone come to a stop. So this is what I'm talking about with the AI merging. That needs fixed. It needs fixed so badly. The biggest problem, though, is that there's hardly any room to merge, but still, if they had the AI, well, first of all, if they don't do, if anything, what they should do is make the AI wait longer before just pulling out onto the road. Wait long, make sure there's an even longer gap with the AI that are coming speeding up at 70 miles an hour, or just have them move into the left lane, like any normal person would do, and typical driver would do in reality. It's got to be looked at, because like stuff like that right there, that gets old. It even gets to me once in a while. It's like, come on, and it happens so often. It's like you almost anticipate it, and just if you just drive in the left lane, you're a jackass. But you stay out of harm's way from the AI. Ay, ay, ay. I tell ya. I tell ya. Is there a switch that's moving in here for the jake brake? Nah, the switch is somewhere though. That's why it sounds like a switch being pressed. Versus like a stick like you would find on a retarder in Europe. I guess they put that lever on like newer trucks like the Cascadia. I think they even have that on most automatic trucks now. I guess like Packer trucks are doing that now too. And it's a Daimler and Packer. I think Mac as well. It's just the new standard. Instead of having to switch on the dashboard. I don't know if Volvo is doing that or not. I don't see any animation for it. I think we actually need over. Actually, no, we're good here. We're good here. We good. Look at that nice Kenworth back there. Oh, yeah. Pretty. My neighbor runs a dump truck business. And has a Kenworth W900 with a dump box trailer. So awesome. I think it has a Cat C15 motor in it. And I always watch it go by in the morning. Oh, I want to drive it so bad. Look at this guy. Speeding. Oh, such a gorgeous truck, though. I love the W9. Oh, come on. Don't brake on me now. It's not enough warning there. Hey, Pinata. It's going pretty well. It's been nice and, as the title suggests, very cash. Just been talking a little bit about Wyoming and Texas that are being worked on to be the next states for American truck. We just been trucking along here in Idaho. We originally started out in Colorado, went to Salt Lake, Utah. Just cut that guy off, oops. Now we're heading up into Oregon, actually. Cutting all the way up into, or through Idaho to get there. Ontario, Oregon. Other than the AI being dumb, like this, I'm gonna go around them. I've had enough of this. Like that. Other than that, super cash trucking. Other than the merging problems, it's been a pleasant evening. How are you doing?
Keep right, and then exit right.
Is our exit already?
Exit right.
They just do not give enough room for the ramps. I think that's part of the problem with this merging. Oh, work been keeping you busy. I get that. Yeah, sometimes it can be a little grindy. Oh yeah, wish you had some more free time. Yeah, I've been pretty lucky where I'm at now. Oh, so we're stopping. I've been lucky where I'm at now, where I usually don't have to work much more than 40 hours a week. Sometimes it's a few more than that, but it's also nice working from home where I don't have to commute. So I've been pretty lucky myself. Yeah, I know. That can really depend on what work you're doing, the industry you're in, and all that stuff. Okay, where are we going again? Okay, not too far more. Too much further.
Keep left.
That snuck up on me there. Wow. Found the gear. It's having a shortcut through a neighborhood.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right.
Now, hopefully you can find some free time soon.
Keep
it's one of these places. Okay.
Have arrived towards
Alright, I think I can... No, no, trailer's not gonna make it. We'll just back in. Here we go. Gotta find the gear. There it is. Alright. We're just gonna have to pretty much back right up to the spot. No cars here, it makes it easy. Alright, now I can do the thing with track air again. Turn that off so I can just use my mouse to artificially move my head. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I got, I've had this wheel and pedals in the shifter for ages. Probably, it's gotta be, oh, it has to be at least 10 years now that I've had it. And heck more, it's probably more like 12 years. Just waiting for the day that it dies before I go out and get another wheel, because I haven't seen anything that's really worth upgrading to. But yeah, I built my, this setup here to be mainly around driving sims. It's been fun. The shifter, yeah, the shift head, with the split shifters, the switches, that's an add-on I got. Unfortunately, the company that makes those has become very shady, and I'm pretty sure they're not in business anymore. But they were taking people's money for a while and just simply not, uh, you know, giving the people their product then, because they just couldn't handle the volume, I guess. But instead of like, you know, stopping sales, they just kept taking people's money. It got real shady real quick. I think other companies make these kind of truck shifters though still that aren't that like that. So, but yeah, it's pretty good. I like the so instead of getting you know, just your typical desk, I got like a sim setup. So this is all um I think it's more of a flight sim kind of setup. But it works for driving too. Let's see if we can squeeze one more job into here tonight. What do we got? Let's see, Burns. We can go on a, maybe we'll go on the back road. Can I get something to bend? These things are all going back. These places are all going. There's Bend. Dry fruits. All right. Now let's do that. But yeah, instead of getting a second desk, because when we moved out here, I started working from home full time. That was back in like 2017. And I was like, I don't want to sit, work, and play in the same spot day after day. So I bought like a normal desk for work, and then I got this like cockpit kind of setup, which has like a car chair, which is nice. All right. I love having realistic lighting now. The headlights are just starting to light up a little bit on the ground. We're in late evening. Well, early, mid-evening, you know. Sun's going down. If this were the old lighting in the old game, the ground would just be washed out with the headlights right now, which just is not how it works. They've made it a lot more realistic. Look at this Volvo. Swedish engineering. Alright, where are we going? Global Mills, right? So I gotta go... Is that what they call it? Global Mills? Is it? It's, yeah, Global Mills is the fake name. General Mills, I think, is the actual
Keep right.
company. Oh, bumped the curb there. Popped some tires, that's alright.
Turn right.
Why does it want me to go this way? No. Alright. We can go this way. Cut through some more neighborhoods. That's interesting. Little paw prints on the street there. Is it leading towards like... Oh, there's a school right there. Okay. That explains it. I'm sure those are there in real life. There's also a road in Idaho somewhere. It's near a potato farm where the lines are squiggly as you come up to the stop sign. And I was like, looks like some drunk drew these lines. Like, what's going on here? It turns out that's what they're like in real life right there on that road. And Idaho does this on their like country back roads near intersections to get the driver's attention. So they're like, you know, what the heck? So they, I guess it's just another indication that there's a stop sign coming up. So they don't just blindly drive right through and then get T-boned. But it's funny, SES has been really putting some detail into their maps, their DLCs. I always get excited for the next one just to see how much more detail they add to it.
Turn left.
Alright. Here's Global Mills. I like the fake names they come up with sometimes. There's their Napa fake branding. I saw a picture of it on their blog post, their recent blog post. Instead of Napa, it's called Fappa. I thought that was the funniest thing when I saw that. Like it has like the gear and everything, and it has like the almost the same font. It's like really close. And you know what it is when you see it. Fappa Auto Parts. That's where I shop. Why are they just having me? This is weird. They're loading me just out in the open here. It's kind of weird. I've noticed that pattern lately. Like, they haven't been putting me up against a door for the loads I've been picking. Like, I understand if it's like used packaging. Like, I guess they want me to go up against a dumpster or something. I don't know. But like, dry fruits? I should be up against one of those doors. It's food. Yeah, I don't know why they're not putting me up at a door. Maybe it's because I'm using a trailer mod? I don't know. Anyway, let's load up these dry fruits. It should be getting darker now. Well, that took a long time. Oh yeah, look at this. Sun's real low now. Wow. Look at the reflections on the truck. That's photogenic right there. In fact, let's experiment here for a hot second. I haven't used photo mode in ages, but you can get some real good shots. Let's see. Let's mess with the field of view a little bit. You can zoom in. Oh yeah. Yeah. There's no sun that we can actually see, but you know, kind of like dusk. Ooh, look at that. Like that. Beautiful. Focusing plane. want it definitely on the truck. That. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, that looks good. Like that. Let's get one more. One more up here with some of the chrome. Ooh, that might be even better because of the lighting. Oh yeah. Nice. All right, let's get back to it. So this is gonna take us not too far away. 13 miles, real life distance, scaled. It's gonna be that times, I guess, just 20, so 260 miles. I'm weird. I have the game running in 1-to-1 because I like just having the time advance the same way it is in real life. Because I don't know, I got tired of the day-night cycles. Like, if I want it to be nighttime, I want it to stay nighttime while I'm driving. Sometimes it's annoying whenever it's like nighttime in the game and in real life it's daytime. My room is super bright and I'm just looking at a black monitor. So I found a way to make the map scale 1-to-1, even though it really isn't. There we go. Look at that. We have just a little bit of light on the ground now. They've done a great job with this lighting update. It's so much better. That's something that's just been driving me nuts since these games first came out. Like, if you turn your lights on in broad daylight, they would still light up the ground. Like, there's no way your headlights are brighter than the sunlight. And they finally addressed that, so I'm very thankful for that. I mean, since it's came out, they've done that lighting update. They've done. They did a pretty big physics update at one point. They did an AI rewrite, but as I mentioned, they really need to. Look at that again. But like, they keep working on these, you know, basic concepts or these base components of the game. Um, Basically for free. You know, they're continuing to support the game and earn money from the game through DLCs and that have been also really good quality. So I just really appreciate that they're still working on the base game content too, making it more realistic and keeping it up to date. I mean, the engine's still ancient. I think they redid the light almost from the ground up, though. They had to recode just about all of that. But this Prism 3D engine has been around for ages. That's why I was really excited about the bus when it came out, because it uses the Unreal Engine. So it looks awesome. I really hope that they do work on its realism, though. Because that's kind of where it falls a little flat right now. It's nowhere near OMSI kind of realism, but I think they can get it there. It's not bad, but I have high expectations from other games. That's the problem. Alright. Let's cruise through Ontario, Oregon here to get to our country road, back road. So we've been doing all highway tonight, so this is going to be a little different. Nice summer evening in the game, nice and still a nice 73 degrees. Ah, I found the gear. It's really tricky with these transmissions, since they're not synchronized.
Turn left.
Off to Burns, Oregon, through the countryside. Here we go. I think we gotta turn up here first. That's right.
Keep right, and then turn right. Turn right.
I forgot about this little stretch, little village we hit. Through traffic, right lane, okay.
Right.
We had just gotten up to speed 2. Welcome to trucking. Now we gotta do it all over again. How windy this stretch of road is. It's been a while since I've driven through Oregon. This is very windy. Oh. Another village. Definitely taking a scenic route today. Another pretty W900 back there. I can definitely appreciate the old classic style trucks. Flip Flop, you're alive. Well, that's good. How are you doing? Playing Warframe because you saw ahead we have gotten and we wanted to catch up. Gotcha. Yeah, Greg's been dragging me along in that. If it weren't for them, I probably would not be anywhere near where we're at now. I've been along for the ride, man. It's fun. It seems like there's still there's so much content in that game, and they're constantly adding stuff too. I think this weekend we're going to be doing or at least some GTFO. I wouldn't be surprised if Greg decided to stream some tonight. He's been really looking forward to the new rundown that just came out today, and I think we're going to do that Saturday, which I'm looking forward to. Might be a little stressful though. I'm excited to see the new map though. Yeah, it should probably be around 7, starting at 7 on Saturday.
Go straight on.
Way station. Oh yeah, is this one of those weird ones where it's like... There you go, Fappa Auto Parts right there. I didn't want to drive off the road, so I didn't give you a good look, but there you go. Flip Flop, I was just telling Pinata how SES has fake branding, and they chose, instead of Napa, they chose Fappa. I think it's the best one out of all the fake names. Stop here. I think the arrow was pointing the wrong way. Want me to stop in the hut? Do they have a vending machine in there? Can they get like a Mountain Dew or something? 72,900, 73,000. That's actually not that heavy. So that wasn't a weird way station. Now it's kind of weird in the sense that I guess that you can stop in either direction. Yeah, some beef sticks. Oh man, that's a great road trip snack. Now I'm thinking about all the things that we get on road trips. Mostly like if we have to stop for lunch, sometimes we'll just, you know, we'll just keep going, go through the drive-thru or something, like we just want to get to our destination. I always think that my wife's favorite place to stop for fast food when we're on the road is Taco Bell. I tell you, that stuff, that is like the hardest thing to eat while you're driving though. Compared to like any sandwiches or, you know, a burger, hot dog, something. Yeah, you know, a lot easier to hold in the hand, right? But like a full-blown taco burrito, I mean, don't get me wrong, tastes awesome, but like, trying to do that while driving? Oh man. Used to hate them as a kid, the beef sticks. Yeah, they can be pretty good, especially if you're hungry. Yeah, you know, they got some good protein. It's a good pick me up. But yeah, Taco Bell. Oh, I mean, you can find stuff on the menu that's easier to eat with one hand though too. Like, what's the one I always get? The Crunchwrap Supreme. I think that's pretty easy. It's not bad. As long as you have like a blanket of napkins underneath you on your lap. Look at this weird bump here. Oh, that's a weird transition.
Go straight on.
For burritos, you rip the wrapper open at the top and spread out the paper where you ripped it. As a food catcher. Ah. That's a decent tip. Well, the thing is, like, I'm weird and I don't like my fingers getting greasy, even if it's like a burrito. Like, I know there isn't really any grease on the outside of said burrito, but it still feels that way to me. So what I usually like to do is still have some wrapper to have, you know, to hold whatever I'm eating. But if I can get over that, maybe use a napkin for that, then hey, I got the whole wrapper then. I could use to catch all the food. It's a good tip. This road is so windy. I should just go walking pace the whole way. Not have to worry about rolling over.
Keep right.
I'm sure my truck likes belly rubs as much as our dog does, but I don't feel like tipping over right now. Oh, so wait, so okay, so you keep the wrapper on it, but you rip the top to start eating. Huh. Oh, I see what you're saying. So you like, well, I guess I'm thinking of like the crunch wrap, for example. So like you rip open the top, but then you like poke the edge through the top of the wrapper, and then keep the wrapper on the wrap itself. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I was confused at first because it's like, you know, do I bite into it like the face of the crunch wrap, or I want to eat like it's like a disc shape, right? So I like want to bite into the edge of the disc, not the top of the crunch wrap. Yeah, basically, yeah. I'll figure it out one of these days. Next time we're on a road trip, we definitely need to do some traveling while we're out here. Colorado's a great place to reach other points of interest in the West. Like, we want to go to Salt Lake. I want to see the Salt Flats, so hopefully we can do that this year. We've been meaning to do that, but last year everything was shut down, and then we just didn't do anything before that, going very far. And there's been a lot of stuff to do in-state anyway. But we want to go there. We want to go to, I'd like to see the Four Corners at some point. Maybe get down to the Grand Canyon. So that would be Arizona. We were thinking about Mount Rushmore, but I think that's kind of far from here. We want to visit places in Wyoming too. Cheyenne's only 2.5 hours from where we're at. Cheyenne, Wyoming. It's really close, or it might be closer to 3, but it's still like I always forget how close we are to Wyoming. When you went to Hawaii, had a layover in Salt Lake. Oh yeah. Yeah, I have yet to see any of Utah. I bet it's pretty. See some mountains to the east, because you'd be on the other side of the Rockies at that point. We're on the east side of the Rockies right here. I like flying into Denver too. Well, except for the fact that almost every time we fly in, it's so bumpy. Like it's so windy here, just on the front range of the Rocky Mountains. Um, Luckily, I'm not very prone to air sickness, but there are times where it's like, oh man, it's just coming in, the sudden drops like you're on a roller coaster when you hit wind shear and all that good stuff. Yeah, I'm not very fond of that. Yeah, I get you. Yeah, actually, my one friend's or one friend's
Keep right.
dad
And
will
then
not
turn
get on a
right.
plane. Period. Like he will drive. I guess he hasn't needed to. You know, like it hasn't been impossible for him to choose car over plane
Turn right.
his whole life. So he's just been doing driving. Yeah, I mean, some bad stuff has happened with maintenance and aircraft over the years, but I guess I bank on the statistics of air travel being safer and counts, I guess, of or percentages of fatalities or incidents. If it's close enough, like I would prefer to road trip, yeah. 'Cause I don't like being cramped on, you hardly get any room on the plane either. It's not even just
Keep left.
like the safety factor or anything about that. It's like just you're crammed in the seat, and especially when it's a full flight, those are the worst where it's just packed. Am I supposed to get in this lane here? That's not very clear. That's a very short turn lane if I've ever seen one. Could just barely fit my truck there. Some sweet Swedish Volvo engineering engine sounds as we pull into our destination here.
Turn left.
I love the sound of the Volvo
5 minutes.
engines. Alright. Is this going to be one of those that's like up against the wall here? And no. Okay, it's further back. They've been putting me in weird spots. Not where I've been expecting to be stuck. Oh yeah, I get that. I mean, you're completely at the fate. Your fate is completely in the hands of the pilots. I totally get that. Yeah, whereas like when driving, well, as long as you don't hit someone head on while driving, usually it's not too bad being into a crash, other than having to deal with insurance and all that. But you're also then, as the driver, pretty much in control. But you still have to trust the other drivers on the road too. It's like a trust system. The way the whole driving thing works. You're around all the other drivers, and well, at least you're in your own kind of bubble, though. But still, all of that is just based on trust. That everyone else is gonna follow the rules. And when they don't, Accidents happen. Alright. Well, we made it. Let's get our trailer here unloaded. That'll probably advance us into the nighttime on the game here. See where that puts us. Wow. It's still light out. You also don't fit on a plane. Yeah, they over the years the seats have definitely gotten smaller. Any chance they get to get another buck. All right, I think we are at our ending point for tonight. I gotta run, get some dinner. But it's been fun, just hanging out in American Truck. It's been a little while since I played. I think the last time I streamed, we were just hanging out in Colorado and with the new Cascadia. That wasn't too long ago. I like to rotate. So, Flip Flop, thanks for hanging around, and Pinata, thanks for stopping by and hanging around too. Appreciate it. And for anyone else who watches this VOD later, we also appreciate it. And we'll catch everyone in the next stream. Have a good night. We'll see ya.